Recording audio with. All right.
So you want me just to run through those questions?
Is cool enough.
People think it was a bit odd.
The charm of your Scottish accent.
It doesn't sound particularly great.
Aggressive.
They don't live in the loch, I'm sure. Maybe by the side of
Spill the beans.
Canadian. Canadian.
I read the last question well.
Aye, carry on.
Target acquired.
How did you discover language exchange?
To be fair, I'm not sure. I just heard through the grapevine that there was a language exchange going on in Edinburgh. This was way back in 2000, 23 years ago.
To the what?
Yeah, we started sometime around about 1998. We're not sure. And the guy who did start it, John, who did start it, he was one of the originals. He couldn't remember. We just knew that it was a couple of years before 2000. So nominally 1990-ish. And it's been going ever since. We've always met on a Wednesday night, started off in bars in Edinburgh, sometimes a cafe. And then when the pandemic came, we moved on to Zoom.
And that was when I came to your exchange.
Because you would have trouble going before because we were in Edinburgh.
You're absolutely right. But, and so, can you explain the rules? What are the rules of this event?
Yeah, well, the rules have kind of changed over the piece. Over the years, we initially at some point over the years we used to do half an hour English, half an hour Spanish, but gradually that just moved away to a time where you just try and do Spanish and English over the piece, share it out, not necessarily regimented by any time. Now that we've moved on to Zoom, it's exactly time dependent. We would have 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Spanish. We start off in the main room, a general free-for-all at that point, where people can say what they like to everybody. And then we split up into rooms. It takes about 5-10 minutes on the first round to get people into rooms, and then we spend 15 minutes English, 15 minutes Spanish, and then after 40 minutes we start again, reorganize the rooms, do the same again, and we do that for 3 rounds.
Have you noticed any hilarious language mishap during the event? Like someone accidentally mix up shit and
Yeah, that happens, and I once mixed up pájaro and
What do you mean with? Where have you learned that in Chile?
No, I didn't learn it in Chile. No, it was in Spain.
Alright, you know, in Chile, that things means someone who is addicted to.
Yeah, it's the same in Spain.
Is that in Spain? Alright.
And I didn't know the word before I used it.
Right. Now, here's the thing. You've been keeping this language exchange ship sailing smooth as a Highland log for a long time. What keeps you going after all these years? Is it the love for languages or the thrill of meeting folks from all walks of life?
Yes, yeah, I think it's all of the above. Yeah, I enjoy the language and I enjoy meeting the people. I wouldn't be having the Zoom meetings, even although I enjoy talking to the people. If it weren't, it's really the Spanish that is and the English. It's the learning of the language that's the common goal for both sides. But it's great speaking to people from all over the world, which is something different with Zoom, because when we were doing it in person in the bars, it was limited. It was generally people from Spain and people from the UK. There was the occasional person from Argentina, maybe from Latin America. There was the occasional one, but generally not. But now it's people from all over the English-speaking world and the Spanish-speaking world. So in that respect, it's changed. And it's great, the different cultures, the different things that people are doing, because it's really funny, for me, funny in an odd way, that you speak to people from the northern and the southern hemisphere, people that are in the morning, people that are in the evening, and it's strange to be in summer in one place and talking to someone that's in the winter in another place, because the mood is different. They're in their mood for winter, we are in our mood for summer, and in some places their winter is warmer than our summer. Some people are just having their lunch and we're having our dinner. As a girl comes from Honolulu, there's about 12 hours difference. She's just getting up in the morning at 10 o'clock and it's about 10 o'clock at night here. So it's all strange in a good way, and that's something that you wouldn't quite have experienced in face-to-face meetings.
Okay, face-to-face meeting. See, so what the face-to-face meeting was? You were changing position?
No, it was really just, we really just met in the bar and chatted with whoever you were beside. You could move around, you could do what you like. It was just like being out for an evening in a bar, but you were able to speak Spanish and English and practice. You could move around, or you could stay with the same people for the 2 hours.
Got it. So it's better. It's so much better in Zoom.
It's different. I wouldn't say it's better. It's just different. I mean, we used to have some great nights in Edinburgh. The meeting would go from, it was 9 o'clock at that time, 9 o'clock till 11, and then we would move on to other bars. And some days I wasn't getting home till 2 o'clock in the morning. That's because I had an hour's drive to Edinburgh, and we used to have some great nights.
Tell us, what is the secret recipe behind the success of your language exchange? So is this the charm of your Scottish accent that makes everyone flock to your virtual door? Spill the beans.
Just keep putting it out there and hoping people turn up. The secret recipe is the people who come and want to practice. All I do is advertise them, and the people turn up. Maybe it's the accent. Some people like the accent. Maybe they just want to speak to people from a different place, different area.
In true Scottish fashion, you must have had some unforgettable moment hosting this event. Any hilarious story you can share? What all ears, Paul?
Really funny stories? I'm not sure. We had a Spanish guy, Cayetano, who bought a Scottish kilt and all the regalia, the jacket, the socks, the shoes. I think he bought them in a second-hand shop. Anyway, he bought the kilt and all the regalia, and he used to wear it to the exchange when we had it in Edinburgh. And he was quite a guy. He used to jump up every half hour and tell us that we had to change languages, which was fine. But it was the idea that he had this kilt. It was quite funny, and he used to wear it every week to the meeting.
Do you remember that meeting when I discovered that the Loch Ness Monster is Scottish?
I can remember talking about it, but I didn't realise that you didn't know it was Scottish.
I thought that this guy were Canadian.
Canadian? Wow.
Yeah, I've been learning a lot of more things than just language,
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Anything that you want to say?
I think we have a good group at the minute. Maybe the only good thing that came out of the pandemic and people being stuck at home is that we have created these Zoom meetings during the pandemic, and they continue. Some people have dropped their Zoom meetings and gone back to face-to-face, but I'm kind of I wouldn't mind going back to face-to-face, but it's just something else to organise, and I don't really want to stop the group that we've got on Zoom because it works and it's good, it's interesting and it's different. Good.